Good morning, guys and ladies. This is AJ Brown here. I'm going to do a short little video. I just got finished with a little workout this morning over at the Nova Southeastern campus. And with one of the coaches I was hanging out with, we were having a conversation about some different things upcoming this next football season. And you know me, I'm always doing my best to educate the public and teaching folks financial strategies and things like this. And we started talking about taxes. And of course, you guys know that I'm from the How I Paid $6 in Taxes.com website. And I let him know that I did pay $6 in my federal withhold. And I asked him how much did he pay, and I was just blown away. He paid like over $8,000 in taxes, over $8,000, and he only made $59,000. Only made $59,000. $8,000 of that went to his federal withhold only. That's not talking about Medicare. That's not talking about Social Security. That's not talking about anything. So as I started to educate him a little bit, because usually when you talk to somebody who's so used to doing things a certain way, or they're conditioned to do a certain thing a type of way, or in a certain, how they've been trained, basically, you're going up against 20 to 30 to 40, sometimes 50 years worth of not education, but experience. And it's hard to get someone to see the light after they've been in darkness so long. But what helped this young man see the light is that darkness started to hurt, and he was looking for light. So as I started to just share with him the rules, the tax rules of how I was able to pay $6, and not only $6, but any vacation I took, any clothing I purchased, anytime I took my children out to watch a movie, because some of you guys on Facebook know me. I spend a lot of time with my kids, my sons, and that's one of the things we like to do. And as we do that, we make a day of it. And, we have business meetings, because they are part of one of my businesses. So as we are going out, we have dinner at the show or something, we discuss business all the time, or dinner. Anyway, those things are, as long as they can qualify for you, or get you qualified when you do those type of activities, and you do them the right way, they are tax write-offs. So what I was explaining to him is that his issue, because he kept trying to sell me on the idea that it's how much money they paid him. And what I did communicate with him was, it's not how much money they pay you. That doesn't matter. What matters is how you handled this one special federal form. And most of you guys know what it is. It's the W-4 form. And if you're not familiar with it, or sounds vaguely familiar, that's bad. Because the IRS has put this W-4 form out every year. And they also ask us, if you're going to be paying taxes, we need you to review this form every year, just to make sure that everything is accurate and you're, and up to date, and that you're having your W-2 job take out the proper amount of taxes. So usually what people tell me when I talk to them about things like this, I have an accountant, or my cousins do my taxes, and all that great stuff. But the problem is as I start to educate them, they have no idea what I'm talking about, and they're paying people to do their taxes. I don't know, $400, $500, $300. Sometimes I've seen it as high as $1,000, or a little over that. And these folks are not being educated on the best way to minimize, or to legally minimize their taxes, so that they can use that money to pay off debt. If they got kids going to private school, buy the private school clothing. If they want to buy a new vehicle, or if they have a vehicle and they're paying on time, or they have a loan, you can use that savings to pay that. If you have child support, you can use that money, that instead of giving it, then I'm going to tell you who you give it to after a while, but instead of giving it away, you can use that money to pay your child support. Student loans, you can use that money to pay your student loans. If you have a house that you're making payments on, you could use that extra money instead of giving it away to pay that to pay that mortgage. If you want to invest or boost your investment account holdings, your 401k, your stock and bond, whatever you want to do, use that money to boost up your retirement accounts. But we just don't know that. We just don't know the legal way. So what we normally do is go out and get a second job and a third job. And you got to remember, the more you make, the more they take. And what folks always tell me is that, well, when we start discussing the W-4 form, they'll say something like, well, I always put 0 or 1, either because my mom told me to do it, or my grandma did it, and I've always done it that way, or I just don't want to owe the IRS at the end of the year. And I can tell you right now, that's wrong. And it's not wrong because I say it's wrong. It's wrong because the IRS says it's wrong. Because if you were a person that read that form, they would that form would tell you exactly what your deduction your allowances should be. Okay. They ask you questions from A to G, and then you get down to H. I can remember the last letter. It asks you to add up all those little numbers, and that's what you put in your line 7 for your allowances. So even if, you've done it wrong. If you say you put down 0, 1, I'm of the opinion if you only put down 2 or 3, you may more than likely still be wrong. So do yourself a favor, review your W-4 form today, and just read it. Take your time. It takes like 2 minutes. Do it right, and submit it in. Now, this is AJ Brown. I'm signing out. I'm going to do another video. I'm going to talk about where your money goes when you're paying your federal withhold and Medicare and Social Security tax. If you need your taxes prepared properly, legally, and you want to qualify for as much of the tax credits that you are allowed to have, you can call me at 954-687-1079. We're always there, ready and able and willing to help you get all your money back and to save you as much money as we can legally do it. Have a great day.